Hi guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 14 of A Summertime Render, but before starting this video I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me, and join me in this great adventure. Okay, in the previous episode we got in touch with Hizuru's background story, we know that she got in touch with Heine, and let's see what's going to happen now. Let's see if they go ahead talking about these in this episode too. Are you ready to join me with these? Check it out. So they spend the time together. But she's a ghost. And Shinpei is watching. Mhm. Mm. Yeah. But look, it seemed that Heine was totally kind and fine. So what happened? Yeah, yeah. But she doesn't seem the same person. Oh. What is it? But she's drinking blood. I mean, even now she's drinking blood, right? Here we go. No, no. That's why in summer. A what? I mean, no, I thought of something else. I don't think so. Wow, he's a great. Oh, eh? So she knows him since that time. Eh. Yeah. No, he's going to die now. No, no, don't go. Oh, no. What is she eating? What is she doing? Oh, but what? What? She heard him? Ah! That's right. No. Shinda, I mean, here we go. Yes, she killed him. No way. But what was she eating before? Mm. Oh no. No, the eye! The eye! No, but wait, it disappeared. No! What? What? So except for Heine, there were already other shadows on the island. Thank you, Gija. No, move away from there. So the ah, okay, Rionoski was already. Oh, and this is a Rionoski. Oh. Yeah, yeah, it's like yeah, the shadow of Rionoski went inside her. That's why she's so skillful. So she's leaving the island. Hmm? No! And in fact, she's trying to do that. We are going back. I don't like this shadow. What is he doing? I mean, like, they can't see. No, I hope not. What? But they could hear. Exactly. I think so. Yeah, but are we sure that it's going to repeat the same thing? I think so. Ah, okay. Wow. So now everyone knows? No, it's better if she wants to do that, let's do that all together. I mean, how can she stay there without doing anything? What is he saying? Oh no, maybe something that even Heine said before, that the more he tries, the more he will die? Oh no, there is here. Tokiko. So for years he had the same ability. Oh yeah. The regrets. Yeah, it's better. Let's see what do they do now. Come on, Tokiko, join. Let's see, let's hope so. Ah, yeah, because he's waiting. What? Ah, okay. Oh, what? Oh no. It already started. In fact, every time they have to complain about something. Oh! Now there will be a way. Okay, good job. Okay. Eh? No, wait, where are we now? Well, why it's so quiet? In fact, okay guys, another great episode finished. Look, in the first part, as I was telling you in the intro, I expected that this flashback regarding Hizuru continued, and I was happy for that because Finally, we understood that Heine killed Ryunosuke, even if it was said already in the previous episode, but this time we could see it as a fact, and we can't deny it anymore. I mean, that was Heine who killed him, but it was really nice to see that Hizuru was showing us her personality since she was a teenager. I mean, she was really kind, she was really loyal, and she was a trusting Heine. She was spending lots of time with her, and nobody else wanted to stay next to Heine except for her. And I think that Hizuru was going beyond these usual prejudice regarding something that is unknown, and that's why I really like her. Even if she knew that that was a dangerous thing to do and nobody would have trusted to do the same thing, she was going ahead and she was keeping her promises, and I think that that's a great friend, let's say. But on the other side, we saw that Heine was not a great friend because she was killing the most important person to her, that means her brother. But even in other stories, we see that even if some characters are dying, then they have the chance to be remembered or to help the characters even if they are gone by being inside their hearts, or like in this case by going inside their bodies too, because Hizuru was feeling the presence of Ryunosuke immediately after he was dying. So I think that that's something unusual, but that's so beautiful because they are twins, and we know that between twins there's always a special connection that normal brothers, let's say, don't have. And in fact, even in this case, these two twins are still one, and that's so awesome. I mean, I really liked that I saw that Ryunosuke didn't abandon Hizuru, but just wanted to protect her as much as Hizuru herself wanted to protect her brother. Or at the end of the day, I agree with Shinpei when he's saying to Hizuru, look, I imagine that you don't want your brother or your dear people or your friends to experience something negative, something evil like we are experiencing. So you would like to protect them by preventing them to experience this thing once again. I totally agree with Shinpei. Even if Hizuru is saying, no, it's not true, or no, you are just putting lots of fantasy inside of your thoughts, I don't think so. I think Hizuru was always so kind and protective that I don't think that she is thinking something else than Shinpei. I think that they have the same thought in common, but she prefers to be so strict to herself and not to abandon herself to her own feelings. Otherwise, it's over. It's better to stay like this, to be strict, than to go ahead until this mission to erase the shadows is gone. So I like even that side of her personality, because instead of crying, instead of thinking some sad stuff, she prefers to be strict to herself and go ahead, even if we know that she is also really kind and she has a great heart. Yeah, another important thing, and that's why now we understand even the title, I guess, Summertime Render. I think that what Heine was explaining throughout the moment in which she was spending the time with Hizuru was essential, because we know that during this summer in particular that she's remembering while she's crying, everyone from the island was dying. I mean, there was maybe an epidemic, or there was another reason why they were dying. Was it because of shadows that they were already there on the island? I mean, there was something terrible happening during summer, and that's why during the festival Heine was promising that they were reaching the end, because I think that even for Heine it was pretty painful what she was passing through, and yeah, it was not something easy. Nobody could understand her until Hizuru appeared, but let's say that Heine felt betrayed somehow, because she was left aside, and also because after Ryonosuke was dead, of course Hizuru couldn't forgive her and she wanted to go against her, and that's why I think that Haine another time felt betrayed and felt alone, and that's why later she was developing even this anger towards her, especially when she's abandoning the island and she's saying, look, next time I'm going to kill you, this time you can go because we are friends. But yeah, I don't think that for Hizuru it's the same anymore. I mean, when your dear people are dying in front of your eyes, you can't believe that that's your friend. So I don't think that Hizuru believes that Haine is still her friend, or maybe she has these memories about Haine when she seemed to be really nice to her, and she seemed another person from what we know now. So I can imagine if Hizuru still remembers about Haine, the Aine that she was knowing at the beginning, I can imagine that now it's different, but she's still having a place in her heart anyway. And then in the meantime, we understand that Haine is having now another idea, because she hopes that Shinpei, by keep looping, is going to finish this ability sooner or later, and then he will experience a real death. But I don't think that this will happen, sincerely. I mean, Haine is simply sure that everything that she and this shadow are saying is becoming true, but I don't think so. I don't think Shinpei will die, sincerely, especially now that he's able to join forces with all the others and maybe they can create a great plan. So yeah, I doubt that what Haine wants for Shinpei is going to become true. Let's see what's going to happen. But another curious thing is what happened at the end of the episode. I don't understand, because yeah, usually Shinpei has to die in order to loop and in order to go back in time, in order to go back to a specific place, a specific time. But this time didn't happen. Something else happened and we don't understand why. Especially because right now Shinpei seems to be quite alone. There's nobody in that house and it's everything so quiet. That's pretty suspicious. But we don't understand how he died, sincerely, because they didn't show us. But the only thing we know is that Jijang was dying because he was hit by this shadow of a Mio, but we don't know what happened to him. Did somebody else kill him? And we don't know. Did somebody else betray him? Maybe, and that's why he is finding himself once again in the loop. Or did he release another power that he has, but he doesn't know still that he has that power? I mean, this is interesting, but that's quite strange, the place in which he is right now, because he is inside Ushio's house, of course, but there's nobody. And he's eating. Last but not least, I don't like that tall shadow. I already told you this. I think that it's because of him that Haine is having this behavior, that it seems that Haine is controlled by this shadow and not the contrary. That's what I feel. And every time that shadow is over there, there's a mess coming. So I think that one of the enemies, the real enemies of this story, is that shadow. I don't think that that's the Haine we think that she is. I mean, I think that firstly we have to defeat that tall shadow, and then maybe we can release Haine from this painful existence that she's living on the island too, because I don't think that she's happy at all. I mean, Haine always has to drink blood, and yes, I thought at the beginning of the episode that Hizuru herself was transforming Haine like she is right now, because she was drinking her blood, and we know that even now when she has to be fitted she needs blood. So that's why I thought, no, don't tell me that by licking that blood of Hizuru then Haine could have turned into the Haine we know, and that's why Hizuru indirectly was the culprit of everything that is happening on the island. For a second I thought about that, but then we understand that there's something else that happened after Haine explained that background story. Jijang, he was meeting Hizuru at that time too, so Now Hizuru and Jijan, they know each other pretty well. I didn't know that they were meeting at that time, sincerely. I mean, I thought that they met a little bit after. Yeah, that was great to see, because now we understand even the alliance between these two characters that is going ahead more than 14 years. So that's awesome. And another thing is that Ushio could transfer all the data inside all of the minds of these other characters. So now all of them know the story principally as it is, and that's so great. I didn't know that Ushio could have had this sort of a power. Good to know. It's something great because right now they can cooperate, and I think that that's the greatest thing that it's happening not just in this story but in many others. Cooperation and Nakama, the theme of the Nakama is always present in almost all anime. So I think that even in this case, even in this story, the power of friendship or the unity that can make a difference this time. Let's see what's going to happen next week with episode 15 of Summertime Render. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell. Bye guys, see you in the next video.